want the Nigerian police anywhere in the south. If Nigerian police should exist in the south, let it be policemen from the southern part of Nigeria. This is what we are saying. We want to have our... Yes, go on.
Even the military too, and the custom, and the immigration, let them bring out from the southeast.
Exactly. The immigration is causing a lot of problems in the southeast. Even their custom officials, do not forget that everywhere in our seaports and in our airports, you have only the immigration officers and custom officers of northern extraction. And they are always there, extorting huge sums of money from our own people, thereby making cost of commodities to be very, very high. This is what you are saying. We thank you so much for this particular contribution, and Biafrans all over the world have heard you. We are not going to permit any influence of the Fulani people anywhere in the southern part of Nigeria. We are not going to be confrontational. We are not going to be aggressive. We are not going to show hatred against anybody. Ours, rather, is to maintain peace. But in the course of trying to maintain peace, anybody carries the war to our doorsteps, we are going to say no. And by saying no, we defend ourselves. And the consequences are what I do not actually know what they will be. Thank you very much for being with us. Now, the floor, of course, is open. If you are not able to give us a call, you are free, of course, to send us a message. And we are going to read out what you have advised Biafrans to do on this. Not only Biafrans, but every person in the southern part of Nigeria, Benue State inclusive.
Let my people go, that they will worship me in their own land. Let my people go. Let my people go. Let my people.
Of course, thank you very much, Aparanta Chimanya. You are saying that you love Biafra because Biafra is your life. Everybody believes this. Biafra is our religion. Biafra is our life. We are not going to use Biafra to intimidate anybody. No. Biafra shall be very, very accommodative. Whoever comes to Biafra land shall find a house, shall find food to eat, and equally find shelter. These are the three basic necessities of life. Biafra shall provide all. Now, let us go to the business of the day, of course, and let me welcome right now Valentine Ugoji, who is right now joining us from Port Harcourt. You are welcome to the program, Valentine Ugoji.
Hello, good evening.
Thank you so much. You are welcome to the program.
Thank you very much.
Yes. So, now we are discussing, everybody knows, what the Inspector General of Police said. We are trying to appraise it. That we should hand over whatever defense materials we have in our possession. Everybody knows, incontrovertibly, that the Fulani herdsmen are everywhere up in arms against the people of the South, more especially the Christians. The story of an in Benue State does not give anybody any joy. Every day in Benue State is a cry of sorrow. Every day in Benue State, the rivers are turned into blood. Every day in Benue State, there is no family that does not lose a beloved one. It has become a state mourning in Benue State. Nobody is safe. Because the herdsmen are well armed. Not only are they herdsmen, but even Boko Haram has joined them. They keep on killing our people. The security of Nigeria is looking the other way around. While we are dying in droves, Nigeria's Inspector General of Police is advising the same people that are being killed to hand over anything they are using to defend themselves, while not talking to the herdsmen that are killing us. The question is this: how do you disarm the innocent people Why arming the aggressive people? Why is it so? Tell us your mind. Let us move down to Lagos State now, where a member of our crew, Ume Maslenos, is. Ume Maslenos, tell fellow Biafrans, what do you think? We tried to discuss this particular topic a week ago, but because of the high demand and the attention it is getting in the whole society, people decided and advised that we should discuss it over and over again. That is why we are here. Ume Maslenos, tell the people of southern Nigeria,
Thank you.
are we going to disarm ourselves or are we going to equip ourselves with defense materials? Over to you.
Yeah, thank you, Oracle. And let me start this way. Yesterday evening, while I was coming back from Ido in Lagos, heading to Orile, getting to the bridge, the flyover that leads to Ababa, somebody gave me information there of what happened there while he was coming into Lagos Island. He said that a huge number of arms were discovered under that bridge. And that then attracted huge number of policemen with their vehicles. According to him, the vehicles were numbering more than 50. As we were driving heading to Orile, we saw where those police vehicles and their motorbikes were parked. Now, the question I was asking is, why were those policemen, if there were arms that were discovered under that bridge, what was the purpose of those arms? And what was the reason why the policemen were hanging there? Were they trying to give protection to those arms and the people that brought them? Or did they come to evacuate those arms? These were the questions I couldn't get answers to. And now, to the topic we are discussing, why these people are trying to disarm our people? They are arming their own people to get ready so that they will perfect their mission, which is to get rid of everybody in the south, so that they will take over the entire places. Now, there was something like what we said last week concerning how they carried out their evil activities in Turkey and other parts of Europe. I came across a post, and while going through that post, there was something I got to find out. In the whole world, there is no place that is as safe as Switzerland. And in Switzerland, people are armed. And because people are armed, people that are not violent, they are armed. And because they are armed, violent people cannot attack them anyhow, because they know that these people are also armed and they know how to use those arms. Now, somebody was trying to give me some history of what made what were they called not to attack America when they wanted to attack America, because they were afraid that almost every American was armed. So they were afraid of what could be the outcome of their trying to attack Americans when they know that every American is armed. Now, these people, when they want to conquer a particular place, they will first of all disarm all the inhabitants of that place. After disarming them, they then bound them with their men who are properly armed. Now, my brother and fellow Biafra, look at this particular scenario. One of the commandants, or the commandant that was sent to take care of the herdsmen or to maintain peace in Benue, happened to be one of the wanted men in the list of the military. You can imagine that when one of the wanted Boko Haram members that is in the list of the wanted people, such a person happened to be the person that was assigned to command or to lead the troop that was sent to Benue State. What will be his mission there? Will it be to defend the indigenous of the state from the herdsmen, or to help the herdsmen to get rid of the indigenous? So these are the games these people are playing on us, thinking that nobody will understand it, thinking that nobody will know. But I thank God, like I keep saying, they came very late. They came at a time when we have already known all their plans and all their tactics. Exactly what they did in Turkey, that is what they want to do here in Nigeria, because their mission is just to conquer everywhere and occupy. That is their mission. So what I'm saying to our people is, nobody should, after all, that is if we are armed at all. But I believe we are not armed. Who they want money to buy arms? So we are thinking of how to threaten our kids, pay our children's school fee and all that, and give them better future. Who gave us money to buy arms? And for what? If they are talking about arms, it's only the hunters and maybe the local vigilantes who are using a double barrel or pump action. Is that what they call arms? To me, those are not arms. Those are equivalent to catapults when we talk about arms in this current time. So, and we advise our people, don't give out those catapults in your market, because those are the things you use to defend yourself. If any eventuality should happen, but to God be the glory. All those things, as far as I'm concerned, they are no longer. They cannot come on us again, because God has already taken us away from them all.
Yeah, thank you very much, bim-massob. Let me hold it there. I will come back to you. There was a statement you made, and it was very, very sinking. They are coming too late. That is true. They are coming too late. They are coming at a time when we have known all their tricks and atrocities. They can no longer deceive us. And we have to tell them, indeed, we are prepared for them. Before I go further, let me introduce to you, fellow Biafrans, Jude Chijoke, a member of our creed. Jude, you are welcome to the program.
Thank you very much, Ikenna, the Oracle. Good evening, fellow Biafrans. This is Jude Chijoke, and I am joining in from Lagos, Nigeria. Thank you all.
Thank you so much, and you're welcome. Now, I was responding to what bim-massob said when he clearly informed our people that these herdsmen are coming too late. And secondly, that we don't have any arms to disarm ourselves of. Because we are not armed, except that we have our bare hands and stout hands. But, however, if anybody should try to harm us, that is when we tell the person that we know what they're doing. Let us take a note of this. Here is a history of what happens after governments disarmed their citizens. Listen to this, fellow Biafrans, not only Biafrans, to the whole world listening to this program. Listen to this. This thing has been in circulation for several weeks now. History of what happened somewhere, sometime in the past, after government of those countries purportedly disarmed their citizens. In 1911, Turkey disarmed her citizens. And between 1915 and 1917, they murdered 10 million Armenians. In 1929, Russia disarmed her citizens, and between 1929 and 1953, they murdered 20 million Russians. In 1935, China disarmed her citizens, and between 1948 and 1952, they murdered 20 million Chinese people. In 1938, Germany disarmed its citizens. Between 1939 and 1945, it was a case of the Jewish people. In 1956, Cambodia disarmed its citizens, and between 1975 and 1977, they murdered 1 million educated people. Sorry, please. And in 1964, Guatemala disarmed its citizens, and between 1964 and 1981, they murdered 100,000 Mayan Indians. We have not forgotten what happened in Rwanda of recent. And the story of murderous intentions continues to ring in our ears. With all these things, how then could the Inspector General of Police say that we should disarm ourselves to give opportunity to herdsmen to come and finish us? Our people are saying no. Every Biafran is saying no. Every Ijo is saying no. Every Oduduwa is saying no. Every thief man is saying no. The entire southern Nigeria and the middle belts are saying no. For the first time, we have to disobey the Inspector General because that order is coming too late. How could you be disarming people who are peaceful in nature? But then, sorry please, I mean those who are killing us. That is unjust, and unjust it is. Echezana Udeze, what do you have to say? Hello, Echezana, are you there? In Japan. Okay, let me go to Uche Diji. Uche Diji in Ghana, are you there?
Yes, I'm right there, moderator.
Yeah, please take your position, please. Take your position and tell us your views or your opinion in this matter.
Yeah, since yesterday, the network is not stable.
Yeah, Uche, please. Uche, hold on. Uche, the service is not better there, please. Uche, service is not better there. Let me give a chance to Echezana Udeze. Uche, hold on, please. Adjust your position before you address us. We can't hear you at all. Let us give the chance to Echezana Udeze in Japan. Echezana, what do you say in this regard?
Yeah, thank you, my brother. Well,
Please speak out a bit. I know it's late there, but speak out so that people will hear you.
it's okay, thank you. We still stand on our ground. We still say no to any rubbish that are bringing to us or in our land. They do all these things simply because we obey and listen whatever they say.
Yes, go on,
But
please.
this time around, things has changed. Who has made things possible for us? Whom God has sent to come and deliver the people of God, which is Chief Raphael was to be. Who made it possible for us to stay today and discuss issues and about our country Biafra. That's why today we're here discussing it on the radio, where he set up for us to stand up and speak with one voice. So in the issue of surrendering our arms, our
Defense materials.
Whatever these materials is a joke. It's actually a joke. Everybody knows it's a joke. Even when they could not defend us, they asked us to do so. So I don't know their intention of requesting for that. Because before you ask somebody to drop what he has, you need to give him what he needs. So all we need now is protection. All we need now is defense. We have to defend ourselves. In the sense that we keep quiet in everything, and they think we're just too soft, we're just too easy, we're just too gentle to obey whatever shit, whatever rubbish they told us to do. But this time around, we are waking up from our slumber. Like as one of our said, we know all their plan. Oh, we know their plan. When they make one step, we know their second step. When they make two steps, we know their third step. When they make three steps, we know their fourth step. So wherever they are coming from, we are holding them. We are holding them like a mirror in our hand. We see every step they make. So this time around, my advice to our people, if you don't have defense weapons, get it now. If you don't have anything to defend yourself, get something now. Even if catapult, the one you have, if the one you have is not working, service it, make it active, because this is the time to defend ourselves and our land, our future and our children. Since the country we belong to have refused to do so, we are going to take it by ourselves. It is time for us to take it by ourselves, whether they like it or not. Now, the whole world are watching and seeing it the way it's going. This is time for them to understand that these people that are dealing with are intelligent people. Like I said in one of my posts, Igbo people hardly revenge. Igbo people hardly get angry. Igbo people hardly get provoked. Igbo people hardly get upset. Igbo people hardly give up. Igbo people hardly retaliate. But if they do, if they eventually do, it sounds so dangerous. It sounds so dangerous. We don't make noise. We are not known for making noise. We are not known for threatening people. We are not known for attacking people. But when we do, it is dangerous. Very, very dangerous. Anybody who noticed what happened in 1970 to 1970, we understand that these people are not just a tribe. They are not just a tribe. They are not just a tribe. They are more than a tribe. If a single tribe could hold the whole country for 3 good years without being tired, 3 good years, a whole country, a whole nation, the whole world. Yes, because they fought against the whole world for 3 good years without preparation. Without preparation. We're not ready for that war. If eventually we are ready for that war, we are going to defeat even the entire African soldiers, even the entire world soldiers. We are not prepared then. And now they want to step on us just for nothing's sake, for no reason. They just want to step on us. They've been killing us. They have been killing us. Now, can you allow me to sing a song?
Yeah, go on, please. Why not?
I want to sing this song. It's an Igbo song. I just composed it. Let me sing it. Nedia, 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 oh. Nedia, ni mo biani, ani Nedia. Aburu munani, ani Nedia. Aburu wani di me, ani Nedia. Nedia, oh, Nedia, Nedia, ani Nedia, oh. Aburu umunani, ani Nedia. Nedia, oh, Nedia, 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 oh. Nedia, ni mo bi ani Nedia. Ogeluwo mgbe anyị ga-eme ihe nke anyị. Ogeluwo mgbe anyị ga-ekwu okwu. Ogeluwo mgbe anyị ga-azọ onwe anyị. Ogeluwo mgbe anyị ga-eme ihe. Na-edi ya o, na-edi ya, anyị na-edi ya, anyị na-edi ya o. Na-edi ya n'ime obi anyị, anyị na-edi ya. Agbụrụ maka anyị na-edi ya. Ndị agbụrụ nwanyị dị ime, anyị na-edi ya. Agbụrụ nwa ebu n'afọ, anyị na-edi ya. Wele ruo n'ụbọchị tata, anyị na-edi ya. Ogeluwo mgbe anyị ga-ekwu okwu. Ogeluwo mgbe anyị ga-azọ onwe anyị. Let me stop here, my brother.
That is so wonderful.
We have been bearing it.
That is so wonderful.
We have been bearing it. It is painful. It is so painful. We have been bearing it. We have been. They kill our children. We have been bearing it.
That
They
is
kill
so
our
wonderful.
youth. We have been bearing it. They kill even pregnant women. We have been bearing it. They attack us. We have been bearing it. They cause us shock. We have been bearing it. They cause us pains. We have been bearing it. They create anarchy in our land. We have been bearing it. Time has come for us to speak. Time has come for us to take action. Time has come for us to defend ourselves. Time has come for us to start to talk and say no and say no. Time has come for us to mention any name that we should mention in the world that's supposed to listen. We are not calling anybody to come and help us. We are not calling anybody to come and defend us. Like what people say. Now, I'll cook everybody about we have been making it clear to the entire world, to entire Africa. Let me make this point clear again. The most strongest and the most strongest tribe in the world is Igbo tribe. The most powerful country in the world is Biafra country. Because what happened to Igbos, even what happened to only the Igbo tribe, if it happened to entire Europe, Europe will not be in existence anymore. What happened in entire Igbo land, if it happened in entire Asia, Asia will not be in existence anymore. But upon all that, upon all the pains, upon the agony, upon the calamities they create upon us, we still come up to remain alive. We are still eating, we are still drinking out of 20 pounds. What happened in Igbo land in 1960 to 1970? If it happens to any other country, I mean country, not just, if it happened to any other country, by now, nobody in that country will raise up with 1 million naira. But today we have thousands, we have millionaires, we have billionaires, we have, I don't know how to say it. What happened to us, if it eventually happened to anybody, they can never succeed.
Thank you. Thank you, my brother.
They can never.
Okay.
Excuse me again,
Okay.
Please. Just give me 1 minute more.
Go on, please. Go on.
Because what we are doing now will look like child play. We don't talk anyhow. We don't speak anyhow. God has given us this land to be in this land, to dwell in this land. But enemies said no. But one thing I believe, that God exists. There is God and God exists. If there is God, we must dwell in our land. We must dwell in our land. Thank you, my brother.
Thank you. Thank you, and thank you so much, our brother Echezana. It was a hymn of sad dignity that conveys man's purpose on earth, but especially in Biafra land and Nigeria generally. They killed us, we endured. They killed our fathers, we endured. They killed our mothers, we endured everything. And still they killed the pregnant women, we still endured. They killed our children, our brothers and sisters, we endured everything. And today they still want to Islamize us, they want to take over our land. But we are saying we have endured a lot. The time and period of endurance has gone and gone forever. Today we are very much awake and we're prepared to defend our heritage. We are prepared, always awake to defend and protect our lives. We are prepared for any showdown, and God willing, we shall be the overcomers. Time has come and gone when the enemy used to talk to us anyhow, threatening fire and brimstone, trying to consume us with burning sulfur. Time and time for that has come and gone. We are no longer living in the Stone Age. We are no longer relishing in the medieval period. This is modern time, the age of technology. We are no longer prepared to remain in perpetual slumber while the enemy continues to maraud the universal frame. We are saying no to that. We are now prepared to stand on our ground and tell the enemy that enough is enough. This is Biafra, the Igbo people, a chosen race, the people of God, God's own wonderful creation. We suffered in the past 1967 to 1970 when the whole world ganged up against a chosen people. Do not forget that the land that flows with milk and honey belongs to God by creation. But the enemy saw it coming and they ganged up and scattered us from our own traditional inherited divine land. Today, whatever has a beginning surely must have an end. And that particular circle is getting complete because we are getting to the starting point. Time has come when the owner of the house shall return and take over his possession, and the visitor or the tenant shall vacate. Time shall come, and indeed is coming, when we, the Biafrans, shall take back our possession. Do not forget, in this life, nobody wins all the time, and nobody loses all the time. Otherwise, life will be so brutish and quite monotonous and uninteresting. Do not forget that if you use technological know-how to suppress God's chosen people, nature knows how it takes its own toll against those predators. Do not forget that in the whole of Biafra land as in Africa, there is no natural calamity, no natural disaster. We don't have fire, we don't have flooding, we don't have earthquake. Anywhere in Africa, no earthquake, no flooding, no fire outbreak, anywhere. On rare occasions when we have disease, it was installed by the Western world, but God in his infinite mercy said no. So when they gang up against us using technological know-how, we are telling them that nature knows how to take care of predators. Time is coming when those nations that rise against us are going to be consumed by the flood. Time is coming when those nations that gang up against Biafra shall be consumed by unquenchable fire. Time indeed has come when those people that ganged up against Biafra are going to suffer the earthquake. And there will be serious vibration in the various background. And the chosen race shall survive. And like the phoenix, we shall rise from the ashes of incineration to tell the world, here we are. In Biafra, Africa died. In Biafra, the world shall die. And in Biafra, the world shall be blessed. No matter what they do, Biafra shall always rise. Of course, I have always said that in the divine sphere, where decisions are taken for the earthly, it has already been concluded that Biafra is a divine mandate. Nobody shall stop Biafra because Biafra is there. We thank you once again, Echezra Odeze, for that particular hymn of such dignity that conveys our purpose in Nigeria. We are saying no, that we have now risen from that particular age-long slumber. And we are prepared now to take up arms to defend ourselves while not consuming the enemy that might try to threaten us. We don't kill, we don't like blood. So, for this and more, we say, welcome to Biafra land, and the time has come for us to have our flag raised at the international community, where forever and ever, eternal glory shall be our predominant emotion. A little bit of Biafra music. Thank you very much, Bidwell Alekwe, for being with us. Of course, Maka Victor is there. Aja Stephen Onyekachuku is there waving at us. Okechukwu John is equally there. Electa Udagu, Prince Uchenna Nworie, and very many others are there saying they support what we are saying, and that nobody should give up anything that we use for self-defense. Let us move down to Lagos, where Jude Chijoke is. Jude, are you still with us? What are your views in this matter?
Yes, thank you very much, Ikenna. In regard of the topic that is being discussed, I think it is a bit suspicious. It is suspicious to me because when I heard of total disarmament, I was like, total disarmament over what? That everyone should hand over their weapon or their arms that they use. So I was now like, is he referring to the terrorists or the armed robbers that usually operate in all parts of the country? Or is it the kidnappers? Or is it militants in particular? Is it a kind of a program of maybe amnesty or so? I don't really get the main point where he was actually going, because I believe that disarmament has to do with gun controls. You know, something to control arm, most especially in area. But when you come in area of Nigeria in general, when we talk of security, is not guaranteed. Security of lives and property is not guaranteed and have never been guaranteed ever since Nigeria came into existence. So people goes, into go through the legal process, ensure that they have some arms, they arm themselves to protect themselves, including, trying to organize themselves, bringing vigilante groups to, defend their towns, villages, even the states. Even there are hunters who use, all kinds of, old guns and other stuffs, which it is probably, they call it locally made or many kind of stuffs like that. But it is annoying that, someone that have licensed gun that uses the same thing to protect himself, because an armed robber, for example, cannot walk into a building where he knew that the people in that building owns arm, and you can't walk in there without fear of being challenged. You see, that is the way it sounded to me, because in the whole Biafra land, there have been movements, there have been news, herdsmen, terrorists, people have been coming into our lands, killing our people, going, scattering our farm, going in from various town to town, studying the whole places, and we ourselves have discovered all these things, and only to my own surprise that they are telling we, our own people, to disarm ourselves, to hand over our own weapon. It doesn't sound smart. It sounds suspicious. It shows that actually there is a plan or a plot somewhere which our people should totally resist. Such. We are not speaking in the defense of kidnappers or how do I put it, armed robbers. Those ones are in a different thing entirely. We are talking of in the areas of defending ourselves, because it is very clear that in Nigeria, anything you use, including your life and your properties, you have to look for a way to cater for your own self. And that is a very clear sign that the country is never secured. Your properties, your life, you have to ensure that you secure those stores yourself. If the Inspector General of Police is sincere in total disarmament, then it should start from the north, most especially the northeast. The world is watching. The world knew The world knows the places where there are, crises, where there are deaths, in times of suicide bombing, in times of robbery, in times of all kinds of terrorist attack, shooting here and there. The world knows that this particular section of the country are dominated by a particular religion, and these people are encroaching, trying to, come into the places where it's never theirs. And the other people have no other choice than to look for a way to defend themselves, not to cause problem, not to cause anarchy. So, to me, I always remain straight. The Inspector General should redirect whatever he wants, to back to the north, most especially the northeast. They should start from there, declare those, what they call them, Fulani herdsmen that goes about carrying AK-47 in the open, streets. They should first of all declare those people terrorists, disarm them, disarm the entire north before talking of the people that are trying to protect themselves from the same people that make people to look for a way of defending themselves in the first place. So that is my own little opinion based on how I was able to understand the whole thing. Thank you very much, Ekino.
Thank you very much, Jude Chijoke, for that wonderful contributions. Of course, nobody is agreeing that we hand over anything. That would be suicidal. Everybody with one voice is saying, if you don't have, make available some. And that is the only way we are going to defend ourselves. But if we allow ourselves to be fooled by these herdsmen, we have ourselves to blame. Let nobody, we make it abundantly clear, let nobody listen to the gamings of the Inspector General of Police. He is rather talking to himself. Call it soliloquy or monologue. He is addressing himself. If he has somebody to talk to, he should go and talk to the herdsmen. If he has somebody to disarm, he should go to herdsmen, to Boko Haram, and not to peaceful Southerners. Not to peaceful Southerners. I don't know if some people have listened to a particular video clip making the round now by a particular Hausa man. I don't know. Let me see if I can play it for people to hear. Now, this is one Nigeria for you. Let me see. So, the volume is very low. Now, this man is trying to ginger the military, the Hausa Fulani military anywhere, to be on the alert that no Southerner must be allowed to hold any responsible post or position in Nigeria anymore, and that if the Southerner should ever make noise, that the Fulani Hausa military should kill anybody in sight. This is what this man is saying. In the next broadcast, I think I'll make it available for people to hear. Now, this is the Nigeria you're talking about. And he tell me, one Nigeria, one Nigeria. To hell with one Nigeria. Let one Nigeria sink into the ocean. We don't need it. What we're after is Biafra. If Oduduwa wants to remain there in Nigeria, they are free. For us, we have decided that we must go. And indeed, we must go home to Biafra land. We are tired of being part of that particular evil forest called Nigeria. We are indeed tired. And we must go home telling us, disarm. Disarm what? What do we have? You see people that are killing us, you have not spoken to them because they are your people. You see people that are killing with impunity. You've not disarmed them and you want to disarm harmless people. Are you trying to talk to who? Does the Inspector General of Police think that we are living in the Stone Age? It is quite unfortunate. This is only a country where those that don't know anything are given every opportunity to dominate those who are well grounded in human ethics. But like one of our brothers has said, time is coming, and indeed it has come, when anything that does not occupy its normal or natural position or habitat must be taken out. You may think that the Igbos are too peaceful. You may think that we are cowardly in nature because we try to tolerate you. It takes us time to revenge. It takes us time to react. We endure for long. But the very moment, the very day you hear Igbo Kwenu, it will be a case of Nzobu. Then the enemy shall know that the Bakassi boys are still alive. The enemy shall know that the Avenger boys are still there. The enemy shall know that every Igbo man is a vigilante man. Go to Israel and understand what I'm saying. Where any child that is above 12 years is a trained military man or woman. In Biafra land, the story shall remain the same. Even if we have not gone through official training, we make it abundantly clear that all these Hausa Fulani herdsmen that are trying to penetrate and disturb the peace of Biafra land, there will be a time when there will be no opportunity for them anymore. We are telling them sincerely, they have to leave us alone. We're a peaceful people. We tell the IG of police, leave us alone. We're a peaceful people. We tell the Directorate of State Security Services, leave us alone. We are a peaceful people. Go to Fulani people and talk to them. Talk to them because they are the problem we have in Nigeria, the problems we have in Nigeria. They are the major problem, the outstanding problems we have. Go and talk to them and talk to them and talk to them because we are getting tired of it all. The very day we shall decide to talk to them, it is to your turns, O Israel.
The hour has come, oh Lord, for them to go to the promised land. The hour has come, oh yeah, we don't right now.
Oh, then I love this song. Severance. Oh.
Everywhere. Even beyond the rivers in our country and Ethiopia.
Oh. Playing this video, man. Someone is playing this video.
Let them go now. Let them go now. Let them go now. Let my people go. That they will worship me in their own land. Let them go now. Let my people go. I say let them go now. Let my people go. Let them go now. Let them go now. Let my people go.
Are you there?
Yeah, hold on, please.
Let them go now. Let my people go. I say let them go now. Let my people go. Let them go now. Let them go now. Let my people go. That they will worship me in their own land.
Of course, let my people go, that they may worship me in their own land. And we are going. We are already on the march. The exodus has started. The exodus has started. We are going home.
God has remembered us.
We are moving towards Zion. Indeed, we are moving towards Zion, and the time has come. Yes, Uche, go on, please. Yes, go on. Uche, you have something to say.
Is it Echelon speaking?
Okay, go on, please, Echezra.
I want to sing this one more song because it's like I am now in my promised land.
Exactly.
It's like I feel like I'm already there. The day we will march in Nigeria in the name of protest, the whole world will be there to see it. BBC, CNN, all the top radio in the world will be begging to come in to take picture of what is going on. We don't need to beg them. We don't need to call them. They will come by themselves. Mr. Trump and Putin and others, they will be traveling down to Biafra land to see it by themselves. They don't want to hear it by the Nabiko Biko Chetumo Biafra. Nabiko Chetumo.
Yes, oh, we are losing contact.
Nabiko Chetumo Biafra.
Oh, well, that's a very beautiful song. We are just losing the connectivity to hear it more. We are saying, Nabiko Chetomo Biafra, Nabiko Chetai.
Nabiko Biko Chetomo Biafra, Okwumoma ki melani na kwa kandilo biane panyaga nabiko chetu Biafra nabiko biko chetu Biafra Okwumoma ki melani na pwani nabiko chetu Biafra is the biko chetu Biafra.
Yeah, somebody is on in video there, and that is why this is being disconnected. We have warned again and again that when the broadcast is on, let nobody use video to connect us. And yet, people do not understand, they do not hear. I don't know why. And now those who we are trying to connect using the video, have made us to get disconnected from that particular beautiful song. We get connected.
Hey, let him go now. My people go. I say let him go now. My people go. Let him go now. Let him go now. Let my people go. That they will worship me down now. Let him go now.
Of course, we are broadcasting still to you live from the satellite station of the Voice of Biafra International. Olivia Gunn is here, moderator today. Now, we are discussing an important issue regarding the order issued by the Inspector General of the Nigerian Police that Southerners should hand over their guns or whatever they have for defense against Fulani herdsmen. But most unfortunately, the same IG of police has not deemed it necessary to call the Fulani herdsmen to order. Instead, he is concentrating on the peaceful Southerners, trying to expose them to dangers by telling us, whatever you have, give up. No, we say no to that, and we continue to say no to it. Bear with us, I have to reconnect HSNA to still give us more of that song. Persons that were only trying to connect us through the video got us disconnected, and that is quite unfortunate. So we go back to the basis. Yeah, I don't know if HSNA is still there once again. HSNA.
I'm there.
Yeah, I advised before that people should not be using video to get us. Yet our members still don't understand why should they be using video connection when they know they'll be disrupting the whole thing. That's what happened.
Did it again,
So somebody did it again, and that's quite unfortunate. Please go on with your song.
Oh, sorry. Nabiko biko chetu Biafra. Nabiko chetu Biafra. Okwaloma kikwe la ina kwa. Kandilo biarina panyo. Nabiko chetu Biafra. Nabiko chetu Biafra. Okwumoma kiye la nishanyo. Kandilo biane busenyo. Nabiko chetana Biafra. Nabiko chetana Biafra. Okwaloma ki kwela nina wao. Kandilo bianina lanyo. Nabiko biko chetu Biafra. Nabiko chetana Biafra. Okwaloma ki kwela nina wao. Kandila bianina pwani. God has remembered us. And when God remember the captivity of Zion, they shall be like those that dream. When I listened to Shifa Romazrike saying that Biafra will come like a dream, I know people don't understand it. So it will come like a dream. not to killing you. You come, it will become like a dream. It will become like a dream. That was the Bible said that when God shall remember the captivity of Zion, that's why I said God should remember us. Because once God remember us, no man, no Pharaoh, no president, no Buhari, no Queen Elizabeth, no Trump, no power on earth can stop us. When God remember us, we are going and we are going. Our enemy will be at the back watching us going. They will even want to go with us. Our enemy will wish to go with us, but we will not accommodate them. Yes, we will not accommodate them because when they have done us, I don't know how to explain it, unbearable thing to us. They have done unbearable thing to us. They have done unbearable thing. Look at thousands and thousands and millions of youth. When they say that they killed 1,000 people, just get at the bus stop and look at in a marketplace. Just look at people moving in that marketplace. Just gauge about 1,000 people working, doing business. Just close your eyes and think, what happened if all this 1,000 people just die now? How will this place be? How will this environment be when the 1,000 people die inside? Think about it. Not to talk about when they kill 1 million, 1 million people. I don't know whether people understand that figure. 1 million people, not 1 million sand, not 1 million bags of cement, not 1 million animals, but 1 million people. Million. We talk 1 million people, 2 million people, 3 million people, 4 million people. There are some countries today in the world that is not up to 3 million. But there's content that is not up to 3 million. But in our own case, they kill 3 million and continue killing. And now the so-called police inspector has the right to ask us to drop. Even they come to our kitchen and collect the whole cooking knife. They will come and collect the cooking knife, collect our hoe, collect our machete we use to cut farm, just to make sure they will have right to come and say, hey, come and give us your neck. But this is highly impossible. This is the time they will understand that they are dealing with human beings. Like as I said before, they have pushed us beyond the wall. They are not pushing us to the wall, but they have pushed us behind the wall. Behind the wall is where they have pushed us. They have pushed us behind the wall. Where we say no, where we stand on our leg and say, whosoever that person is, be it Queen Elizabeth that is controlling them or that is directing them, be it America, be it Britain, we have to stand up and challenge them. We challenge them with anything they want. We don't make noise. We don't believe in saying what we cannot do. That is not Igbo man for you. Igbo man doesn't say what they don't mean. We mean whatever we say and we say whatever we mean. And we do whatever we say we should do. Whatever we lay hands to do, we do it very well. We do it perfectly. They have tried everything possible, but they have failed. But this time around, prepare yourself, prepare your children, prepare your family, prepare your community. Tell them that we are going. There is no two ways about it. We are going. It is no matter of begging anybody or pleading with anybody. We are not begging anybody, we are not pleading with anybody. Because we know that when God says yes, nobody can say no. We depend on God. We depend in our Lord Jesus Christ in this struggle. We don't depend on anybody. We are not among the people who say there is no God. We are not among the people that say that Christianity is this. We are not among the people that say that Jesus is this. We depend on that Savior to save us. We depend on that Creator, the God of heaven, the God that creates heaven and earth, the God of Ndibo, the God of Biafra, to come and deliver us. And with God, all things are possible. There is nothing impossible with God. Is there anything too hard for God to do? That is completely nothing. Our own time has gone. Kingdom of God, thank you so much. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much once again, our able brother Echezana, for your words of consolation and words of hope and of promises. Inspiring their friends, encouraging them into activities. And that is true. We have a covenant with the Lord of heaven and earth. Of course, those of you who are conversant with the Christian Bible, if you go to Hebrews chapter 8, verse 8, take note of this. Hebrews chapter 8, verse 8, the Lord will tell us, the time is coming, declares the Lord, when I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel. Time is coming, the Lord says, when he will make a new covenant with the house of Israel. Which Israel? The Biafrans, the Igbos. And he will be with them forever and ever. Do not forget that right now we are suffering in that country called Nigeria. They have thrown us into darkness, and they seem to be moving in the light of the day. Let us not forget that even at night there could be a pillar of fire to lead the promised people, and equally in the daytime that of the cloud. The Lord will say. Of course, this is the book of Isaiah, our own prophet. That is chapter 9, verse 2. The people walking in darkness have seen a great light. So says the Lord. The people walking in darkness, for us Biafrans, we have now seen a great light. Why those living in the land of the shadow of death, a light has dawned. This is a promise to Biafran people. All along, all the years gone by in Nigeria, we have been living in the shadow of darkness made certain by the Nigerian government and the conspiracy of the international community. Today is a message of hope, says the Lord. The time has come for those of us, Biafrans, who have been living in the shadow of darkness to now embrace the light. And in this journey towards Zion, a pillar of fire shall lead us in the night time, and that of cloud during the daytime. So says the Lord. The time is coming, says the Lord, and he will make a new covenant with our own people. Who says Biafra has not come to be? Those who try to contend with the Lord are on a suicide mission. Go and ask questions of those who tried it with impunity. This is what we are saying. Okay, are you still with us right now from Benue State? If you're not there, Ume Maslinus has been waiting. Or rather, let me say, Valentine Mugoje, are you still there with us? Or Uche Diji? Let me see if Uche Diji's services are still here. Okay, thank you very much, Uche Diji. Tell us your views on what we have been discussing all along.
No, that is not Uche Diji that speak. Will I go on?
Yeah, is that Valentine Mugoje?
Yes.
Okay, go
Valentine
on, please. Okay, go on, please.
Valentine, are you still there or should I take on?
Go on, please. Go on. Okay, Valentine, go on. Then after that, Uche Diji.
Okay. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Valentine Ugoji from Port Harcourt. Like what we are saying, if we look at the events or the activities happening.
Please excuse me, Valentine. Please don't be offended. Michael, okay, and many others are asking us if we can speak in Igbo for our message to penetrate. This message is coming from Michael, okay, Michael, okay, to be precise. So if you can speak the English, okay, if you like also Igbo, this is instruction from our listeners, and at times we have to obey them. They will.
Ihe anyị na-ekwu ihe Inspector General of Police nke ndị Nigeria kwuru sị na ndị niile nọ n'ala Igbo ga-ewetacha ihe ha ji kere omume ha wee ihe dịka egbe na mma na other things, and we are saying no to that with the reason. Like ihe gụpụtachara mba ndị dị iche ndị mere ụdị ihe dị otu ahụ emecha awapụ. Today it should go to Turkey. Turkey is now an exclusive issue. It's now 99% Islamic nation. I'm not ndị ọzọ ihe ndị a mere nwere benefits mechaghị ahụ which ọ bụrụ na anyị mee accept ndị a nwere ike iwakpo anyị and hapụkwu anyị na ịlaghachitakwa back n'ike ịkwụrụ otu anyị chekwuru agaghị adị so ọ ya nwe mere m ji na-asị onye ọbụla onye Igbo onye n'ala Biafra iwepụta ihe ọbụla o ji echekwa onwe ya surrender to the Inspector General of Police because they are planning a way how they again what we are maybe to stop or to stop the plans we have, to stop the things we are planning to do, to stop us from moving to where we be. And I am saying no to that. And I am telling our brother and sister that is listening to us tonight, they should not submit anything we are using as a self-defense to anybody. Anybody who tries to intrude your house is intruding. They have no right to intrude without permission. So if they want to do it, have to ndị ji AK-47 achị o kwesịghị ekwesị ihe achịcha achị na awa osisi ọwụwa egbe ndị Boko Haram na-agagharị sophisticated weapons which each and every one of us maara na ụdị ihe ahụ alụ agha otu ndị Boko Haram ji ya na-abata ebe chọọchị n'ime ya nọ dị iche iche na-ewere ya na-egbusi ndị mbụ ha agabeghị ka chụọ ndị Boko Haram ndị ahụ ha ji ndị herdsmen agabeghị jide n'aka ha ihe ha ji maka duto na onye na wee na-ewere ya as an opportunity ala dị iche iche ha chọrọ ime ọdị ihe chọrọ ịgwa ha bụ na gịnị ihe ndị ahụ ha na-akwado ime agaghị enwe isi anyị ebiliela si na anọ enwere mgbe a ga-emerụ gị ha kwagide gị kwara oge n'ahụ aja the next thing you have to do is to push back. Now they have pushed us to the wall. The next thing I will even will push back. Now it is time to push back. It is time to defend our territory. Because anyị bụ ndị Igbo agaghị akpọkwanụ ndị mba ọzọ ịbịa ngwere ala anyị ma ndị bịa ma ndị Igbo asụsụ niile dị iche iche nọ na ga-eji eme gịnị ebili anyị kwesịrị hapụ ikwe ka ndị mba ọzọ bịa wakpo anyị ma ka ndị mba ọzọ bịa were ike ruru anyị ma ka ndị mba ọzọ bịa napụta ihe anyị jiri Chineke agọzie ha anyị nyekwana anyị ala Biafra ndị mmadụ enweghị ike ịbịa napụ anyị ya ndị ọzọ so ihe anyị ga-eme ọwụ gịnị ichere onwe anyị ikwu obi asị onye aghala nwanne ihe ndị Igbo onye aghala nwanne ebe ọbụla anyị na-emegide anyị nọkọta mgbe ọbụla anyị nọ anyị ga-eme maka ọdịmma ndị Igbo ihe ga-eme ka anyị ike ịga n'ihu ike dịrị anyị na mma ihe ga-eme ya wụ ihe so each and every one of us ọnwa ihe ị nwere ichiri mgbe gị don't surrender it to anyone. Keep it behind and use it as a self-defense.
Thank you very much, Valentine Mogodi, for speaking to us right away from Port Harcourt. Our people are indeed listening. Very many of them listen to this particular program because of its nature, because of its importance. And we indeed are commending our contributors right now. We continue to talk to ourselves, taking messages of the Lord from the Bible. Of course, we are the Hebrews, the Hebrews. It's incontestable. And if you go to that particular book, the Hebrews, the Hebrews, if you move down to chapter 1, of course, verse 13, the good Lord is telling us, sit at my right hand until I make your enemies a footstool for your feet. The good Lord is telling Biafra, sit at my right hand, and I will make your enemies a footstool for your feet. And that is true. Who says the Lord is not with us? And there he says again in the same Hebrew, chapter 5, verse what? Of course, let me remember. Chapter 5, verse 4, he says, Biafrans, Hebrews, or let me say, the Hebrew, you are my son. Today, I have become your father. The Lord is saying in the book of Hebrew, chapter 4, verse 4. Chapter 5, verse 4, rather. You are my son. Today, I have become your father. You are a priest forever in the order of Melchizedek. Those who fight us will be fighting in vain. Those who hate us will be hurting themselves. Biafra has come to be, and no force on earth will be a stumbling block. Uche Diji, over to you.
As my able moderator, I greet you once again. This is Uche Diji speaking right away from Ghana. I do appreciate our listeners once again. Mandina said, let me wish you to be broadcasting with Igbo language. Or the ma, Oma Mabro Nwea, Mabro Rain, and Niwage, and you're going to interpret an Olibo. And you want to make a loan. Ndị na-ege ntị na mmemme nke anyị nwa na-eme n'ụzọ dị iche iche ma na nke chifu Raf Wazuike onye hiwere Massob and Biafra Independent Movement na-eme, anyị na-ekele ọnụ bụ ndị na-abịa wee na-afụ ka ihe si aga. Dịka anyị nwa nọkwa na-ekwu okwu dịka ndị a nọ n'ụbọchị nke taa ka na-akpụ izu megide anyị, Chineke nna anyị bụ onye ga-alụchiri anyị ọgụ. Ma na ihe nwe m na-agwa ọnụ bụ ndị Igbo, enwere otu Igbo a na-ada agụ ọ ga-aha anyị nwa dị obere prim mgbe ọ ga-esi onye agbala ọsọ ya, ori mgbe ọ ga-esi so ịja mgbe ọ ga-esi onye agbala ọsọ ịja. Ụmụnne m na ụmụnna m, ihe m na-agwa ọnụ n'ụbọchị nke taata bụ jijenu nke ọnụ ji. Onye ọbụla ga-asị na ọnụ wepụ gaa ihe ọnụ ji chịrị ọnwụ ọnụ, biko leruo ya anya ọfụma. N'ụbọchị nke taata, ihe anyị kwesịrị ịdị na-enwewe aṅụrị maka na ha elele anya n'ụzọ dị iche iche na-enweghị ụzọ ha ga-esi wee megide nwaanyị wee mere anyị, maka na anyị nwawo ụmụ Chineke, anyị nwawo ụmụ Jizọs, anyị nwawo ụmụ ndị kwere nna the power of the Holy Trinity. Ndị elele anya nweghị ụzọ ha ga-esi wee megide nwa anyị wee meta anyị ife na-arụ. Ọ bụ ife a mere ihe ndị ji wee na-ahịa ọnwụ, ihe a na-ahịa ihe na-abụ ọnwụ, ihe a na-ewu akpụ ọja wuo ọja nkịta na-enweghị eze na-agbọ, maka na anyị ejighị igba ọja wee mara anyị. Ọ bụ ihe a ka anyị ji oge nwanne anyị nwoke nọ na-aga ka onye na-enweghị uche na-agba ọja, anyị nwasị ya agbachiri ụja agbazi ọja na maka na asị na ihe onye asa agadi nwaanyị adị akpa nkọ n'ogwu ego ma ama. N'eziokwu anyị nọ nwaanyị kwesịrị igbu ozi ekele wee bugere Chief Dr. Raf Wazuike n'ụbọchị nke taata, onye mere nke anyị nwa wee gbakọrọta ọnụ n'ụbọchị nke taata, maka na asị na agbakọ onye ọma mere ya bụ ọkụkọ. Onye Chineke nna ji wee kwụra ngwa ọrụ iji wee kpọkọrọta anyị n'ụzọ dị iche iche. Echetara m oge anyị nwa butere strọgụl a, oge o butere strọgụl a, ndị nọ na-acha anya ọchị, ndị nọ wee na-asị na ndị na-enweghị ihe ha na-arụ. Ụfọdụ osi ndị a bụ ndị ọkada, ndị asị ndị osi ndị a bụ ndị na-apụta arụ. Betu n'ụbọchị nke taata ha afụgo na Chineke nna ji ike niile ji nwa odibo ya Chief Dr. Raf Wazuike wee kwado ụzọ a n'ụbọchị nke taata, na anyị nwa ka nọkọ ọnụ wee na-ekwu ihe gbasara anyị ka anyị ga-esi wee mee obodo anyị wee dị mma. Anyị nwa agụwa nọ na-ele ndị politicians, ndị nke nọ na-ege ndị iru anyị ntị, ndị nke ejigoro ego wee mechicha anya, ndị nke na-adịghịzi ata egwu nke Chineke. Anyị nwa Chineke na ji aka ya wee họpụta nwa odibo ya Raf Wazuike, onye ọchị ga-ata egwu Chukwu, onye ọchị ga-eche ihe ga-abara anyị uru, wee bara Biafrans uru, wee bara ndị Igbo uru. So n'ụbọchị nke taata, ihe a bụ ihe o ji wee kpọpụta anyị ọnụ iji wee kwado maka ụbọchị nke taata, iji wee kwado wee kwụsịsị ike, maka na iji gwa nke wee eziokwu, nkata nke ndị Pakistan nọ na-akpọ, nkata nke ndị na-asa anyị wepụga ihe ha ji jiri ọnwa na-akpa, ihe ha na-ekwu, nkata ha kpara ya n'oge gara aga, ha gbara ya n'oge oge gara aga, ọ bụrụ mgbe a na-ekwekwasị n'oge mgbe gboo, ha kpala ya n'oge nke oge anyị nwa na-atụwa anya betụ na onwe nwe isi, maka na Chineke ji ike niile nọ n'eluigwe nọ na-ele anya, mana n'eziokwu na anyị nwawo ụmụ ya. ojiwo odibo ya bụrụ afọ waziri ike wee mee ka anyị wee kwado wee kwuo chịm ha mana anyị nwapụrụ na chịm ọ bụ ihe a ka egwu ji atụ ha eji wee na-asa anyị na anyị wepụta ihe anyị ji wee chọrọ onwe anyị ụmụnne na ụmụnna ana m asụ ọnụ jijenụ nke ọnụ ji maka na a sị na ndị na-ekuru mmadụ ndị na-atụrụ mmadụ akwụsịbede ezinaka ga-eji na-asa anyị wepụta ihe anyị ga-eji wee chọrọ onwe anyị iji wee chụfuo ndị ahụ ndị na-asị nke chọrọ onwe gị ha enweghị ike ichekwa onwe ịbụrụ ihe na-eme na ahafụ ebe a na-ezu ohi ahụ ebe a na-ekuru mmadụ gị kpọ ha ajụwa gịsị ha ị chọrọ ka ha ga nwụọ maka nke ahụ they are a failed security personnel so na anyị nwa ga-eji aka anyị wee chịrị onwe anyị anyị nwa ga-eji aka anyị wee baa ka anyị nwa ga-eji wee chịrị onwe anyị ihe m na-ekwu na-eke m na-ekwu na mgbe ọ dịka ụgbọ na ọ ga-amasị m ọ bụrụ ore na anyị nwa na onwe anyị ga-ata erumeru nke ịga na vileji dị iche iche wee hazie onwe anyị hazie all the youth both women and men otu ha ga-esi wee defend onwe ha wee chekwa onwe ha n'aka ndị iro n'aka ndị ogbu ọchị n'aka ndị ana mmadụ ihe ha n'aka ife ndị a sị na anyị nwa agaghị akọ ọrụ ndị a sị na anyị agaghị eri ihe anyị nwa kọnyere n'ala ndị a sị na fama anyị ebe anyị na-arụta ihe anyị na-eri n'ebe ihe ubi anyị na anyị nwa agaghị agakwa wee kọọ ihe ubi mba na ọ ga-erule mgbe anyị enyeghị ihe ịgakpọ ndị civil defense maka na anyị amaghịzi ndị anyị na-eze anyị amaghị ma ọwụ ndị a ndị erela ọnwụ ha na-erela ugo ha anyị amaghị ma ọwụ ndị ahụ ka a ga-eji wee igbo ga-atụdo anyị ihe a wee gbagba anyị mba na anyị nwa ga-eji aka anyị wee chekwa onwe anyị anyị nwere itren onwe anyị dịka ụmụ Izrel anyị ekwesịla inye onwe anyị ọzụzụ dịka ụmụ Izrel so that na ọ bụrụ na ndị iro bịa anyị nwa niile ha echichi itue mpụpụ ma wee na-ajụ ka onye ga-enyere anyị aka mana ihe anyị guzo ezi Chineke nna dị ike niile nye anyị ike ka o nyere David iji nwee mmeri ka anyị nwa ji ya wee merie ndị ọbụ ndị otu Fero na ndị ọgba mbọ ya ka anyị nwa wee merie ha anyị nwa na-emeri bụ ha emeri bifo anyị nwa agaghị aga mba ọ na-adala mba ụmụnne m ana m agwa ọnụ na ndị hụ m rụkwara nke ahụ a na-akpọ ogbunigwe n'oge gara aga ha nwụchibeghịkwa maka na nwanne mpa m pụtara n'ụbọchị gara aga n'oge Disemba wee na-asị na o so na ndị ahụ mere ekwuo n'oge gara aga ana m asụ onye ọbụla ji nke o ji ejisi ike maka na ihe ndị a nọ na-akpa nkatawo ka ha ga-esi wee kwụsapụ anyị nke ha ga-esi wee ekwuchi anyị nke ha ga-esi gbata na anyị nwa na-awa ha isi ọ bụrụ na ọ na-eso na Facebook na ibe dị iche iche ọ ga na-ahụ dịka okwu ndị otu ha na-ekwu na ọwa anyị ọwụ problem ha ndị si na anyị ekwesịghị emezi ezi ma ana m asị ọnụ jijenụ nke ọnụ ji ihe ọbụla ọnụ mmanụ jiri ihe ahụ n'oge gara aga atị ndị mmanụ na-akwado dịka nwere revelation onye ọbụla na-akwado na-edemesi ihe nga aka ga-eru ya m na-asọ demesiwa na ihe nga aka ga-eru so that ọ bụrụ ori na ọ ga-ahụrụ anyị agaghị achọ ya achọ anyị nwa aga ebe maka na ahịa kara aka adịghị eru ma ngwọrọ.
Thank you so much, Uche Diji, Accra, Ghana. You have indeed made a very wonderful, or let's say some wonderful statements towards encouraging our people to standing firm in the midst of intimidation. Of course, our people try to understand that nobody can threaten or intimidate us. Let me say, from Saudi Arabia, Yamor is saying Biafra all the way, all hail Biafra. That is from Yamor, writing from Saudi Arabia. Right now, of course, Ruben Akpede is saying that God of Biafra is a God of vengeance, and all our enemies shall stumble on the way as we move towards Zion. Everything is clear. With one voice, we are saying we are not going to hand over any of our defense material to the Nigerian Police Authority. Otherwise, the herdsmen and the Boko Haram people will be making a mincemeat of us. Biafra Students Union song. We have to listen to it right now and see what the Biafra Students Union, has to tell us.
By the rivers of Nigeria, where we sat down, and there we went, where we remember Biafra. By the rivers of Nigeria, where we sat down, and there we went, where we remember Biafra. And the wicked carry us away, captivity require from us a song. How can we sing the love song in Nigeria? Oh, let the ways of Biafra and the meditations of Biafra be acceptable in your sight, oh Lord.
That is so wonderful, a song coming from Biafran Students Union telling us by the rivers of Nigeria where we sat and sang, There the Lord is. But they are asking, how can we sing the Lord's song in Nigeria? The Lord's song is only meant for Zion, and only in Zion we shall sing the Lord's song. As we now march towards Zion, we are asking everybody to get prepared. It is an exodus, and no Biafran shall be left behind. We keep our beautiful songs, our beautiful narratives, our beautiful cultures and languages and what have you to ourselves, close to our house. When we get home to that particular promised land given to us by the God of our ancestors, we shall then intone in between the pauses once again, reminding ourselves of where we are coming, where we are at that particular point in time. Then, there in the land of Zion, we shall now give glory to the Almighty Jehovah for making it possible for us to pass through the hour of the Amalekites as well as the Philistines unharmed. Right now, the journey has started. Right now, the herdsmen represent the Amalekites. Right now, the Boko Haram represent the Philistines. But the Lord is there with us because He's always walking with us through the shadow of darkness. We have nothing to fear. Let us always have at the back of our mind Psalm 23. The Lord is always with us. There's nobody we shall fear. Because at every given moment He has prepared a table before us, even in the presence of our enemies. We shall always sleep with two eyes closed because the Almighty Jehovah with His own archangels are always there watching over us, and no enemy shall have any power over us. We are a chosen people, a chosen race, a blessed people living in the land flowing with milk and honey. There will be a time when the glory of the Lord shall shine on Shiloh, and then those forsaken people shall return to renew the lands and the covenant of their ancestral fathers. This is what we are saying, and it is on the strength of this we are calling every Biafran, keep on praying, because the hour of redemption has come. That very hour promised to us by the God of our fathers has come, and there is no other time but now. This is what we are saying. Join us, Mrs. Biafra. We thank indeed the authority of the bim-massob family under his leadership, Chief Dr. Rapo Wazirike, who has made it very, very possible for us to use this particular platform to reach out to our people en masse. If not for Voice of Biafra International under Chief Rapo Wazirike, how then would we have been able to reach out to our people? We thank him 1,000 times, and to members of the bim-massob family, we say, all hail to you all. We thank you indeed. And with full-fledged gratitude, we say, thank you 1,000 times. This platform is for you and for me. It is for everybody. Tell us your mind. Tell us your views or your opinion. If you cannot phone, write it down. From any part of the globe, we are monitoring you. We know when you are here with us. We are here, thousands on the central screen, watching, listen to this particular program from Saudi Arabia, from Kuwait, from Yemen, here and there, from South Africa, they are there, from Malaysia, Indonesia, the States of America, England, even every part of Africa, the whole of West Africa, North Africa, East and Central Africa. People are logged on today. From Mozambique, I can see many of them now, waving to Biafran people. We are indeed grateful that our people are not sleeping, but always awake to be part of this particular wonderful program where we are discussing issues that concern you and me for every Biafran. We are here to discuss on the issues that pertain to us. We must not allow or give in to the intimidation of the Fulani herdsmen. If we do so, our own Jehovah is going to blame us for taking on a suicide mission. We are not here on a suicide mission. We are going to die with time only when our Jehovah pronounces. But for then, we are going to defend our land. God has given us this land. The enemy is conspiring to come and divest us of this particular land. You heard what the song said. This particular land given to us by all infinite Jehovah. Nobody, no human creature, no spirit can ever take it away from us. It is a gift, a covenant gift. And we are prepared to defend this particular covenant. Come rain, come shine. Music Biafra.
All hail Biafra, all hail Biafra, all hail Biafra, motherland. All hail Biafra, all hail Biafra, all hail Biafra, all the time. All hail Biafra, all hail Biafra, all hail Biafra, motherland. All hail Biafra, all hail Biafra, all hail Biafra, all the time.
We take it that way and welcome Sonny Emmanuel to this program. Sonny, you are welcome to the program even though you are coming so late.
Is it not Sonny?
I know which I'm seeing you. Sonny Equal is online with us. Sonny Emmanuel Mwabisi. Maybe it's not getting me. Then I also welcome you, Uchenna Okeke from Benue State. We have been expecting you all along. I don't know what has kept you waiting. We were even afraid that maybe the herdsmen that are holding everybody hosted in Benue State, maybe they are trying to do anything for it. But then, because we trust in our infinite Jehovah to protect any Biafran anywhere it is, any part of the world, we were quite confident that you are going to be reunited with us. You are welcome once again to the program and say hello to fellow Biafrans.
Thank you very much, Chicken. You are very funny. God of Biafra is protecting us and saving us. I want to thank you all Biafrans all over the world. I appreciate all of you, and I believe that God of Almighty will continue to protect us. Amen.
Thank you very much. Of course, the issue of the day is hand over your defense materials, you Southerners. So says the Inspector General of Police. You can hold their arms to kill Southerners, you herdsmen, you Boko Haram, says the Inspector General of Police. We are here this evening to place the two things side by side and to say, are we going to hand over all these things and commit suicide? Or are we going to hold on to all these things and protect our lives and property? Uchenna Okeke. Use your experiences in Benue State right now and tell other parts of the southern part of that country called Nigeria whether we shall hand over our defense materials or not.
All right. My brother, Ikenna, the truth is that Nigeria is a joke. They know that what they are saying, that there is no single truth in what they are saying. I don't see the reason why we hand over our defensive material to the Islamic nation of Nigeria, being under control by the Islam. From the head down, they are all Islam, and this is the system they are using to disarm us. And we, even though we are not terrorists and we are not armed, our machetes and all the woods we can lay our hands on to defend ourselves in case of any eventuality. I don't think, in fact, not thinking, we are not going to hand over that to them. Hello, I don't know.
Go on, please. We are listening. Go on,
Hello,
please.
can you still hear me?
Yes, go on.
It seems there's error somewhere.
No, I'm hearing you, but there's something, one noise coming from there, but I'm hearing you clear. The problem could be coming from your end, otherwise we are hearing you clear.
Hello, Ikenna.
Yes, I'm hearing you. Or rather, we.
And there is
Yeah, Uchenna Okeke, we are hearing you. Maybe you off the distance system and then reconnect. Okay, that noise has stopped. Back to you, Uchenna. Uchenna, you just still? The problem is coming from your angle. Yes, what we are. Yeah. So what? Please take it again. Yeah, sorry. Okay, yeah. So you are welcome. While we are trying to reconnect Uchenna Okeke, Sonny, you are welcome so lately anyway. And you may have known the topic of the day. Are we going to hand over our defense materials or to allow the herdsmen to finish us? Or are we going to hold on to those things and defend our lives and property? Sonny, over to you.
Okay, thank you, my brother. I want to use this opportunity to apologize to my fellow crew members and all the friends, all the good listeners for coming to this very program very late. But nevertheless, I will still make my own contribution on the topic. The issue is that the IG that is already recognized to handle hands off their arms and they surrender to their arms shows that for one day we have no security and protection from Nigeria. Never. Because the wrong situation that we can put ourselves up with ourselves. They don't want the plan is meant that the any other by the plan is in go. How do you manage to get it and the money to get all those goods?
I don't know if we have lost him. So next you with us. So it's quite unfortunate we have lost that. So what we are trying to say, of course, generally everybody's agreeing, is that we should never, mark that word, we should never hand over anything, provided you are not aggressive. We don't use it to seek aggression against anybody. But if it is used to defend ourselves, we are honored, we are right, and we cannot hand over anything. This is a message to our people. Good enough, Afenifere has said it, we should not hand over anything, but to use them to defend ourselves. Ohaneze has said so. The Ijo group has said so. Every other group has said so, except the Fulani herdsmen. But we are telling them, you cannot deceive us this time again, because we have come of age. Let us once again play a little bit of Biafra music, and when we come back, we'll take the remaining 10 minutes and call it a day.
Motherland, motherland, oh, my beautiful home. Land filled with milk and honey, you will forever be my home. Motherland, motherland, I will never forget you in my life. Land filled with milk and honey, you will forever be my home. Motherland, motherland, oh my sweet, sweet home. Land of the rising sun, you will forever be my home. Amalgamation is over. We are going home. We are going home. We are going home. Amalgamation is over. Yes, we must go to our blessed land. Give us a land, give us a land, give us a land. Pretend we wanna go home. We wanna go to promised land and what is Guadiana. We go back to Israel. Give us a land, give us a land, give us a land. Pretend we wanna go home. We wanna go to promised land and what is Guadiana. We go back to Israel. By the river Niger, there we sat down. Yeah, we were. When we remember Biafra, when the British carried us away in captivity, requiring from us the song. Now how shall we sing to my song? And Mr. Boko Haram, extend my greetings to Her Majesty and is over, and we are going home. By the river Niger, we sat down. Yeah, we were when we remember Biafra. When the British carried us away in captivity, requiring from us a song. Now how shall we sing to Badiama song? And it's a Boko Haram.
Yeah, thank you very much. We take it that way. We cannot exhaust the beauty of the Biafran song. We shall have more time to sing the Lord's song to the hearing of our people as soon as we get to the promised land. Sorry, Baba, I don't know if you're online right now. Sorry, Baba, are you still online? Dr. Gamba is calling, but I wouldn't be able to do it for him right now. Yeah, please. So, okay, Sonny, please go on with what you are saying.
Yeah, I was saying, the issue is that we have God on our side in every aspect of this life. Even if they like what they like, when they do, God will surely be on our side to defend us at any point in time and to protect us. We don't depend on them because already we know we don't have any protection from them. So we all know that one way or the other thing has been our because all these things that is happening to these people, they are the planners, they are the originators, they are the all these that is it will only fall for their heads. That's on our contact. So in times of protection, whatever that we use to defend ourselves, we have no way any area to handle it but because they are not there to protect us. They are not there to guide us, and they are not there to make sure that the safety of my lives and property is guaranteed. Rather, they are there to arm our enemies to destroy us. So that's the little thing I can say this time. Thank you, my dear, and this time, my dear.
Thank you very much, Sonny, for your own contribution. Of course, we really appreciate what you have just said now. And of course, Biafrans, not only Biafrans, Nigerians and the whole world listening to what we are discussing now. And the world is going to bear us testimony that we are now speaking out without mincing words, that we wouldn't, relinquish anything that we use to defend our lives, our property. But if anybody should compel us to do that, of course, we are hearing that the man said he's going to conduct house-to-house search. How can that be? You want to conduct house-to-house search in Biafra land in the whole of southern Nigeria? What are you up to? What is the IG up to? Let us see how that will happen. Let us see how police will conduct house-to-house search in the whole of southern Nigeria, looking for non-existent arms and ammunition, while leaving the herdsmen that brandish their own in the public glare like that to go scot-free. I have never seen a country where nepotism and favoritism is the order of the day, except in Nigeria. And that is why tourists continue to be warned to beware of that particular country that devours its own inhabitants. How could a country be devouring its own inhabitants and yet expect visitors or tourists to come there and do what? This is a 1,000 question that is left for anybody to answer. There, let me know. But where you are not there, I have to say that in the next few minutes we shall be bringing an end to this particular program. But we must also thank numerous listeners who have been patient with us all along listening to this particular program. We don't have to overflow this issue. A word they say is enough to the wise. And since we have spoken wisely, equally, our listeners have heard, they have listened, and they have understood us. So that is to say, let nobody unambiguously submit anything you use to defend yourself. Be you a militant or militia, be you a hunter or what do you call it, vigilante, be you whatever, insofar as you have that thing to defend yourself against these murderous instincts of the herdsmen vandalists. We are telling you, do not fear. The Lord is with you. Let us see how the Fulani will come and fight the whole of southern Nigeria. By the time we cause economic blockade, by the time we block the seaports and the airports, by the time we hold Nigeria to ransom by sabotaging the economy, that particular rickety country will catch convulsion. We are the people tolerating them. We are the people overfeeding them. That makes them to grow into excesses. We are the people pampering this ever-demanding prodigal child, this Oliver Twist that we never fail to go hungry. We are the people giving leeway to these Fulani vandalists. We are the people tolerating their excesses. But the very moment we now decide to say that enough of this impunity is enough, that is when the Fulani will understand that the silence of the Biafran people does not mean cowardice. Of course, anybody who is thinking that we are cowardly in nature must be living in fool's paradise, call it falsehood delusion. We are not, and we are capable of defending our life, our nation, our land, any day, anytime, anywhere. Nobody can take us for granted. Let us warn, let us advise, and let us inform those who have the ears to hear. Biafra has come to be. I made it abundantly clear sometime in the past that the very day anybody will try to Islamize Biafra, that very day Islam will fizzle out of the country called Nigeria. It is a word, it is a boast, it is a statement. Now, let me go to my fellow crew members for each person to take just 1 minute and make your final statement. Let us start from Japan. 1 minute. Your statement or comment, please. Yeah, are you with us? We are wrapping up the program. You can use 1 minute and make your statement. If he is not there, Chijoke, are you there?
Okay, I'm here.
Okay, go on, please.
Anyway, there's nothing much to say. We have said it all. I hope we are going to anyị ga-erugo mgbe anyị ga-eji kpokọta ngwongwo anyị ọnụkọ ngozi ya niile nke anyị nwetara na Naịjirịa wee na n'obodo anyị. Yes, it is not easy, but at least we have learned a lot. Like I shall normally tell our people that Nigeria is a university for us, where we have studied and graduated, and it is time for us to get our freedom, get our jobs, work as boss, and take care of all belongs to us. It's only a stubborn student that want to kill himself, but a wise student go to school and learn and go back and apply what he learned from the school. It's not it's not an error. It's not a mistake for us seeing ourselves in Nigeria, but it is a lesson. It is a lesson we must learn. God only wants to teach us something we should learn in Nigeria, and when we learn all we're supposed to learn from Nigeria, it will help us to establish our country. Honestly, I must tell you that everybody may think that if we have Biafra in 1967, 1970, that everywhere we are having an edge. Only God knows. We may be like South Africa of this day, who everybody think that once they get freedom, that everything will be alright. But sometimes God allows things to happen for a reason, for people to learn. But I believe this is the time and right time and correct time for us to have Biafra and know the value and make good use of it. My brothers and sisters who are listening to us, I pray that God will protect and guide you and hold you till Biafra come. You are going to see Biafra. Here we don't advise the youth to go and die on the street. We don't advise the youth to go and join Biafra or death. We want them to get Biafra alive. We want them to see Biafra with their eyes, walk into it with their legs, and touch it with their hands, and feel it with their hearts. That is Biafra we are talking about. No matter all the plan of enemy, we must succeed. We must go forward. There's nothing to worry and nothing to panic about. No need of going out on the street with empty hand to challenge a mount, heavy AK-47 and heavy arms. Be in your father's home, listen to the radio, contribute, bring your own suggestion here. You can see when you bring suggestion, we listen to it. I can't help here. Radio and spring leader, command and control. No, for all Biafrans, where anybody can say his mind and say his opinion and say his view, which we join hands together as collective effort to restore Biafra. Thank you, my people. God bless you all in Jesus' name.
Thank you very much, our brother Echezra. Just over to you. 1 minute.
Fellow Biafrans, this is Jude Chijoke, and at the same time, I would like to, pass this my final message to our good listeners today. That it has been a very interesting topic. Most especially, it has to do in the areas of security. So I believe that each of our listeners have been able to learn one or two things. They've been able to learn that we are going to defend ourselves, and from the order being given by the Inspector General is suspicious, and then we are totally against it. It is unacceptable to us, because I believe that before police station is located in a particular area, they usually have an extent. There is the area that they move. They will say this is as an area command. There's a place you go. They call this place is a barracks. The same way the military barracks have been located in various places to checkmate people that comes into the country, to checkmate crime and other, and what have you. Then when the police stations are not that close to your villages or your town, or in a particular place where you are going to be protected, where they are going to protect the people that are intruders that will be coming in from those areas, then the states also usually bring up vigilant groups. They can name them all kinds of things, and then, arm them to be protecting to be enforcing, to assist the police and the other security agencies to work, to avoid invaders, most especially these herdsmen. Then whereby the same vigilante groups can no longer protect their own people, then it results in you have to look for a way to protect yourself, your town, your family, your loved ones, and your family. So I think the message is very clear, and I thank all Biafrans for listening today. I would like you all to join us on our next podcast. Thank you all, and good night.
Thank you very much, GTJ. Remember, Maslinus, are you there? Take a last chance for now. 1 minute.
Thank you, Oracle. Fellow Biafrans and all our listeners, there is no much I have to say again, because I think touched all we need to touch. The only thing I would say as my closing remark is, let us not sleep with our two eyes closed. Ndị iro gbara gburugburu na-eche ndụ ya nche, mana adị m ekwu ya ka anyị nọrọ n'ụjọ. There's no point afraid of anything because already one with God is the creator of heaven and earth is on our side. He is here protecting us. He is the one who gave us Chief Dr. who started on time, which has made it still impossible to whatever plan these people have against our people. We know that despite the fact that there are so many police stations all over Biafra land, the honest truth is that they've never protected us at any point. Instead, what they succeeded in is extorting us every now and then. When we have security challenges in our places, it is the citizens or the people that comes together and form the vigilante group that will put to rest whatever security challenges we have. We have been doing that, and this time around it will not be an exception. No matter how the Nigerian government may want to use the uniformed men to handicap us, they can never succeed. So let us continue to trust in God, and hopefully, in no distant time, we shall all rejoice and celebrate our nation. And mind you, 22nd of May is our anniversary, independent anniversary. Have it at the back of your mind. And we should be preparing to celebrate that anniversary. Last year, we celebrated our independence on 22nd of May. So this year, we are celebrating our anniversary, independent anniversary. It's not for nothing. It's for something. So, God bless Biafra. Good night.
Thank you very much, bim-massob, for your own, concluding remark. Valentine Ugoji, are you still there with us? Valentine Ugoji.
Ikena, I'm still with you.
Okay.
I want to thank each and every.
Go on, please.
But it is a thing of joy to hear people talk about our nation, Biafra. And I also want to tell us not to relax, but to be watchful. As Ikem Pusha, I will go job. So ihe nọ there is this, anyị ga-anọrọkwa nwa olileanya na-echirekwa nche na-elekwa anya, forgetting what the Hausa and Fulani men are doing or saying. We need to be up and doing. We need to be watchful. I need the nwekwanụ iji n'ofu obi nọdị as one people, one nation. Very soon we will rejoice. I know that. No doubt about that. But we have to stay as one with ofu obi. No floor olu were na-aga na-achụkwanye ihe anyị na-achụ, and with our wisdom as children of God, not by insulting people or by deceiving people or by fighting others. No, of heart. We don't shy also to frap was Rike and all. I say may God bless you all in Jesus' mighty name.
Thank you very much, Valentine Ugoji, for your own statement, by word of concluding remark. I don't know, Uche DG, are you there with us? Uche DG. Yeah, make your concluding remark, please.
Yes, I'm here, bro.
Go on, please. Yes, make your statement, your concluding remark.
Okay, thank you, my elbow.
Oh, we cannot hear you at all. We cannot hear you at all. Uche, are you there? Uche, we cannot hear you at all. The service is extremely very, very poor. Service there is extremely very, very poor, and we cannot hear you. Bear with me.
Wonderful.
Well, it's quite unfortunate. It's not very clear there. Now, fellow compatriots, my fellow Biafrans, we really thank you for your patience, for your understanding throughout the 3 hours I've been handling this particular program. We really appreciate your concern and your own contributions equally. You have made it possible. You have made our people to understand that there is no way we are going to hand over whatever materials we have by way of protecting ourselves. Because while the herdsmen are using their own to intimidate our people, we cannot be so stupid as to hand over our own. This is what we are saying. So thank you so much for being with us throughout this particular duration, and may God continue to bless you. From the satellite station of the Voice of Biafra International, Obibi God has been your moderator. Thank you and remain blessed.
This is the time to set us free. Freedom we need right now. Total liberation.
Let my people go. Let my people go. Let my people go. That they will worship me in their own land.
The hour has come, oh Lord, for them to go to the promised land. The hour has come, oh yeah, freedom we need right now. My people were scattered everywhere, even beyond the rivers in our country and Ethiopia. They can't go.